All right, this is how to live a freedom-rich life with just one daily practice. There's a couple of things that I want to clear up before I go any further. And the first one is that just in case you were wondering, daily practices that only work when we do them, just in case you're wondering, okay? Number two is that this really flips the script on the way in which we are taught to go about achieving our goals and living our purpose and going towards our dreams. Because while there is excellent amounts of literature on delayed gratification, as in being able to sustain that intensity between not having what we want and getting what we want, and putting ourselves in, say physical discomfort as in ice baths or intensity training so that we have the ability to move through resistance. I think that's very valuable, and that's not what I'm talking to. What I'm talking about and flipping is the idea that we can only feel really good when we've made that accomplishment. Where what I'm going to teach you, it flips it the other way around and supports you to be able to drive yourself and generate your energy from the place of achieving what you've gotten. And I'll explain what that is. A couple more things is I want to really clear up what the word freedom means when I use it, what the word rich means when I use it, and also I'll talk about what power means. Firstly, freedom. For me, when I say the word freedom, it refers to a connectedness or an acknowledgement of the infinite stillness. If you can wrap your head around that for a second, let's just say the place inside of yourself where you may have contacted in moments where they were where you were doing something that you were totally absorbed in. It could have been something as simple as watching a sunrise, or one of the most powerful moments of your life, and everything was still and there was a stillness and quietness within you. So that, and then on the polar end of that is the aliveness within. So freedom, when I say that word, is a connectedness to that stillness and that aliveness and flow within. When we have that connection, we have life itself. It is so rich, it is so alive. We don't have this dependence on seeking for everything else to be quiet or still or in control on the outside, because we're connected to that within. And we don't need things to work out in a certain way and to be this and to flow like that and to give us this and to fill us up with that, because we're filling up internally. So that's what I define as freedom when I say it. Power is the way our relationship with reality, or the way that we relate to reality, whilst connected to that internal freedom. Okay, so powerful is being able to relate to reality honestly about what is, while connected to that inner freedom. And finally, rich is this beautiful polarizing dance between expressing what it is that you desire, like the things that you dream and the things that you desire, and expressing them and feeling them and allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to feel them and want them and desire them, while simultaneously giving your gifts. That's what I think is rich. So on that, here's the practice. You can do this any time, but a really beautiful time to do it, especially if you're working for yourself or an entrepreneur, or you're feeling like you really want that aliveness in your life, which I feel like is everyone. Actually, anyone, it doesn't matter what you do. If you want to feel incredibly free and rich, then first thing in the morning is the best time to do this, because you've woken up, don't have anything to eat, don't stimulate yourself with coffee or caffeine, some water if you want, but just get yourself down somewhere quiet. All right, so the practice itself, best time that I find to do this is in the morning. Unless you're an evening person, you really like to do that wind down and kind of set your next day, then do it in the evening. But for me, morning's best because it sets up my day, sets up my energy, drives me, fuels me. All you need is a place where you can have a little bit of peace and quiet. If you have kids and you're like, that is impossible, bring them into it. Get them involved. Because as long as you have a mind that thinks, feelings that can be felt, you can do this. So essentially, if you can acknowledge what it is in your life that you long for, or that you desire, or that you dream, or a goal that you're working to, or something you want to create. I want you to first bring that to your mind. Anything. Give yourself permission to have it. Like and that little piece there I could break down forever, but I'm just going to say it and you can kind of receive that however you want. Give yourself permission to have it. Okay, like feel that permission, like that openness, that yes in your being to having it. And then I want you to visualize, or perhaps you might hear, or you might see, but most of all, I want you to feel into what that would feel like once you have it. And just acknowledge, okay, I would feel like alive, I would feel peace, I would feel abundant, I would feel sexy, I would feel, at ease, I would just feel content, I would feel full, like whatever. Acknowledge what it is. Maybe 1 to 2 things. And then keep your attention, your mental attention, on that feeling, on that energy, and keep your thoughts towards having it. Like not necessarily like visualize yourself in it, but really just keep your attention on the thing that you want to create, or that you want to receive, or that you want to do, or you want to achieve. Just gently, like not tight. You want to choke it like a butterfly, gently land your attention on it and feel into those feelings. We are exceptionally intelligent beings that have a mind that can get away, sabotage us, focus on what we don't want, get logical about what we can't have, list all of these negativities if we let it. Me teaching you this is me assuming that you're going to take ownership of your mind, and that you're willing to allow yourself to let go of all of the can'ts, not possible, logical this, that, and just give yourself permission to have it. Just open yourself, create some space in your consciousness for having it. Feel those feelings, so those 1 to 2 feelings, and turn them up. Feel that. Why? Is it because suddenly now the law of attraction is going to bring it into you? Maybe. Not my point. Our emotional state changes our biology, our neurochemistry, our physiology. It supports us to be more open and breathe. It helps our hormonal systems function at a greater level, so that our healthy, energized hormones, not adrenaline, just a little bit of stress is good, but running on adrenaline or running on, gotta get this done, you're always gonna burn out, you're gonna exhaust, you're gonna wanna stimulate. Whereas you wanna lift yourself up with your own biochemistry by focusing, expanding, and feeling alive energetically and emotionally and mentally, being open, so that your mind is open and can see opportunities that may have always been there, but because you perhaps were focused on what you didn't have, or the logic of not being able to have it, shut them down, push them away. Sabotage, essentially. But when you're in the energy of it, you become more open and receptive to innovative ideas, creative ideas for how to get there faster, act more efficiently, but also see opportunities that were always there that you just pushed away and sabotaged before. So essentially, your mental, emotional, and biochemical state is in the optimal state for creativity and actioning from a aligned place. So you are energetically efficient in what you're doing. Then once you've done that and you feel alive, you feel open, and you can kind of, maybe 2 to 3 minutes is all you need to feel into this, to visualize it. You might want to write about having it if that works for you, but don't make this complex. Feel into the energy of it, see yourself having it, and just be open and let it go, and be willing to live from that energy and know that you're creating that, you're generating that, you're in charge of that. And then ask yourself, with this big vision or this goal or this desire, what is the very next step? What's my very first step? What's the aligned action? This ensures energetically you are being more efficient, because you're acting from the place of assuming that it's possible, and you're open to innovative opportunities coming through. So you're not trying to micromanage, work out every step and control everything. You're willing to just take the next right action and let the next one show itself. Sure, make a plan. I love plans. They're good. They make me feel safe. But most certainly, in my life, as long as I have practiced this, when I do this, that the action generally changes the game. I get there faster, I get there more efficiently, but most of all, I feel really good all the way there. So yes, you can celebrate there. Yes, you can still have delayed gratification with other things, but you are living from the energy of where you are going, and that is the key.